My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirth, and head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. And welcome back to Divide and Conquer after a week's hiatus, as we continue on as Dol Amroth. We are fighting as Mats Mikkelsen here in the town of Gobelmierland, where we are hoping to use the towers to our advantage, because this is a real city. And the towers will be as though 3 more, maybe possibly 15 more units for us. Captain Zagarakor has a lot. He's got a lot of trash, though, but he does outnumber us significantly. 4 to 1. So it's going to be a bit of a tough battle, but rather than jumping straight into the battle, I thought this time I would actually show you what we're going to jump into. Obviously, I've been away for a week, but I am back, and we'll continue on. And I now have a pretty set plan of what I'm going to replace the faction overviews with. And what it will be is something that has been on the channel before that never really went anywhere, but I feel like I could do it better justice and will improve upon it. So I'm quite eager to get started with that this weekend. And what I plan to replace it with is basically faction overviews, but lore overviews instead. So there are already, I think, 3 or 4 of these on the channel, and the basic premise is that it talks through the actual lore background of each faction and what do we know about them, and then it talks about the DaC lore. What have we done in DaC to change that faction? How have we changed them up? And what are they like if you play in Divide and Conquer? And I think when I did that one before, I didn't really give it the due diligence that it required. And so I don't think it was met with a roaring success. But I feel like it's something that could definitely be explored and could very easily replace the faction overviews, but also then satisfy the lore aspect of the channel. Because if I am honest, and if I am just to speak plainly to you all now, the lore videos are a drag for me. I appreciate many people enjoy them, but for me, I basically each week think, oh god, I've got to do a lore video this week, when they actually come around. And also having a look around YouTube as I've done, this past week has basically been a YouTube soul searching week. And I've looked about YouTube at other lore channels, and to be frank, there are other and better lore channels that you can watch that really devote the time necessary to deal with Tolkien's subjects. And lore videos from me, they just take up too much of my time, to be honest, and it's always been a problem. I'm not 100% set yet that I'm going to basically axe them from the channel, but at the moment I'm feeling like if I can create some sort of lore and DaC hybrid that better aligns with the two and also doesn't require just hours and hours of my time, then that might be the better way to go about it. But whilst I'm saying all of this, I'm covering the fact that I have absolutely no idea what to do with my troops here because they are going to come up onto the walls. So they've got some spearmen there who are going to take up on the wall, and they've got some Abrazanim units over there as well. There'll be a proper fight coming up the damn siege tower as well. If we can destroy that, let us hope that the towers have proper ballistae bolts and they'll take those out. Otherwise, though, there's nothing else. It's only 1 ladder and 1 tower. So what I am thinking then, actually, is let's put the Haven Guard to use and man the walls with them, because they will deal with the Abrazanim no trouble. And then I'm wondering if perhaps the guardsmen could take on the ladder units. Well, actually, what I'm really counting on is that the siege towers get destroyed. It's such a gamble, but I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to gamble that the tower will die, and so we'll put the Haven Guard against the spearmen because they'll smash the spearmen. If the tower's going to die, then the archers can safely go on this side, which will give us proper protection. And then it just leaves the ever-present problem of the AI trying to force through our melee troops to get to the square. But if we put those in shield wall and put pikes behind, that might do us that might serve our purpose. So right, let's go for it. Now come on, towers, I absolutely need you to fire flaming shots at those Narduzagar. Oh, hang on, they've got siege equipment. They've got real siege equipment, haven't they? Ballistas. Oh, I said ballistae earlier, and then I've just called them ballistas. Terribly disappointing. May I also extend my thanks to those of you who are coming to answer the call whenever Age of Empires calls get put out. It's absolutely fantastic to once again see newcomers coming through and playing. It feels like the grand old days when we actually first started playing Age of Empires on the Discord, and we were able to drum up interest from all corners of the Discord. There was one infamous evening I distinctly recall where we had 2 games running at once, which was just fantastic. And I long for those days again. And we seem to be closing in on that. Definitive Edition has given Age of Empires a huge boost. Oh, go on, fire from that direction. Yeah, look, you'll kill your own men. What are you actually shooting at? the wall. Oh, interesting. Oh, good job we moved our Haven Guard then. Haven, you come over here. Incidentally, last week, obviously, I took a break from YouTube, but I was actually still at work. Whereas next week, so you're watching this on Wednesday, I recorded it on Tuesday. But next week, which is the 31st of August and onwards, I am actually off work. And I hope to do, I've got a week off, so I hope to do a lot of modding work then. Because so far, a lot of the plans we've put in place for the Anduin, Edwardwythe, Dunland and Camden Moria, very little has actually gone on. The Anduin are pretty much done, as you've already seen from the developer diary, but the scripting work to the others is still to be done. So that's something that I hope to do next week. But every now and then it is nice to just take a break, to be honest. I didn't go anywhere last week or anything like that. I just fancied a week of not having to do recordings for YouTube. I can't believe 2 little baluster things are going to take down our stone wall. That's so disappointing. But then it might mean that they leave behind perhaps the ladders and the siege rams. But also at the minute, of course, it's buying us time, and I'll take that. I'm not going to question our enemy's motives. Ah, but there we are. The baluster has stopped. They weren't successful, and so now they are coming to mount the walls. And our towers are firing. Are they going to actually do anything against this siege tower? That's the question on everyone's lips. Oh, what are you doing, you bastards? Are you using the baluster against our archers? Come on, tower. Is that tower ours as well? Yes, it is. What about that one at the end? I don't think that one's ours. If we run you to there, will you get both towers? Oh, that's the bolt we want. 5%. 10%. Oh, dear, we need a lot more of them to get that to do anything, don't we? Right, here's the ladders. Where are they going? Looks like they're going over there, actually. Do we actually care about this one unit climbing the ladder? Or should we have put the Haven Guard with the bulk of the force? Come on! 24%. I really want that tower to shoot.
The enemy have ladders at the wall.
Go on.
Repel the enemy.
Yes! Yes! Yes, you glorious bastards! Pardon my French. Yes, that's fantastic. Right, so the siege tower's down. The siege tower is down, and the ladders... Oh, what are you doing, you morons? You're on the wrong side of the wall. There we are. Right, you guys have got those 2 towers helping you. Oh, I've never heard him say that before. Yes, the siege tower went down. Damn shame, though, that we didn't lose... The enemy didn't take more losses in that going down. But anyway, what can we do with you? I'm wondering, actually, if we run you to the square and get you to be a sort of backup to the guy in the square. Because you're not going to do anything now. You're well past the point that you can help. So, you guys are firing, though, aren't you? Taking a right beating from those banister bolts.
The enemy's ram has breached the gates.
Oh, dear. Looks like the wall's going to go down anyway. Let's get the archers off the walls. Oh, it doesn't like this battle map at all, does it? It's lagging very poorly. Oh, it's because when the wall's destroyed, that has always happened, actually. The wall destruction animation, for some reason, always slows the game down. Ah, right, they lost over there, and they've abandoned the ladder. Perfect. Let's get the Haven Guard in. You'll arrive perfect backup, really. You guys, come and turn yourselves around over there, and let's get you shooting into our enemies. Oh, I don't know what you're doing, but it's not what I told you to do.
Changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Right, that'll do. Now turn and shoot. Come out of fire at will. Just shoot at these bastards. In you come. They're going for the guys on the walls. Oh, you're our archers. Oh, I forgot about you. Well, keep doing what you're doing. This is a prime example of why we took out burning oil, or boiling oil rather. I appreciate it is something that probably absolutely would have happened, and it's perfectly a legitimate strategy. But in situations like right now, for example, boiling oil would ruin this entire unit. So if you think that the towers are overpowered, you ain't seen nothing until you've tried boiling oil. It's a whole new level of overpowered. Right, you guys go and stand down there. And you come and stand here. Right, I don't actually think we're going to win this, by the way. In fact, I thoroughly expect that we are to die here. But they've just got too many units of note, really. And too many units full stop, I suppose, is the real answer. But at least we got quite a few of them on the wall up there. We only lost, what, 3 or 4 Haven Guard? killed at least 20 or 30 of them. So that's good. We are going to have to, speaking of Dol Amroth, we are going to have to actually now go for one of the more cheesier strategies. Again, having a week off and actually thinking about the campaign, which I did do. I've come to the very real realization that my skill level, unfortunately, is not good enough to show that Dol Amroth can be won without rushing out one of your enemies. And now we've already crippled Harad, but crippling is not destroying, and destroying is what needs to be done. And I think our best bet is to take the AA out, because Harad are going to be on the back burner for some time, so we bought a bit of time. Canned, we're just going to have to hope to hold somewhere, whilst an army is built and just goes for the Ardenaim. They've got to be taken out of the game for us to have any hope. But we are going to lose today, and Baragund is going to fall. So let's speed it up. I'm not sure why Baragund wasn't shooting the units coming down the road at him. Everyone has their reasons, I suppose.
We've lost half of our men.
We're going to kill nearly 50% of the enemy, though. Oh yeah, look, the armies at the gates have gone. We've still got the towers shooting, but they can't shoot straight down very well. Oh, they finally come for the archers.
To our defense, or all will be lost.
Well, I'm pleased the siege tower went down, though. That was a little win, if at least nothing else. But it was never to be. Alas and alack, our force falls. Oh dear, and he's no longer even shooting anymore. I don't think we need to see this play out any further. We're not going to get many more kills. Let's just call it as it is.
A bitter drop to swallow.
So, the enemy lost
That sups from this most foul kind.
804. We killed 933, but that doesn't seem to add up to that. 270, 114, 380. Let's call it 490. 540, 600, about 620 killed by our actual units. So at least 200, if not 300, were killed by the arrow towers alone. Which is pretty damn good going, isn't it? Unless I just read the lost category and not the killed category. No, I'm sure I read the kills category. But, oh well. Gobel Mirlont has fallen. Our line now withdraws to Barad-Han, which is in no way a good defensive location. But with Baragund's small army depleted, we should now be making a bit more money, so we have enough money to build an army. I think Gobel Mirlont was costing us more than we were making because of the garrison. I didn't realise that I had saved it on a battle. I thought I'd saved it out in the open campaign. But there we are. Finabel wants a Horse Breeders Guild, but I don't want to give that to you, I'm afraid. Oh, I'd forgotten that we'd just taken Finabel as well, and Istion was heading out. I think our current plan of roaming those two around may well continue to succeed if we send them down into Ardenaim territory. Oh, that's the guild. I shouldn't have clicked on that. Right, there's Gobel Mirlont gone, and of course, yes, we lost that as well, didn't we? Right, well, first thing we'll do is definitely get a ship, just so that we can sail them onto there. I will take your Haven Guard and that real archer unit. We've got a general, so we don't need to worry about a general. Take the cavalry. And, oh, Lambert Clansmen. Methrast, you can give me Haven Guard as well. Fantastic, 2 units of those. I'll take some guardsmen and some cav. That seems to be a good little army training already. Now this was our anti-canned army, but there's no way it's going to do anything. It's just got no hope of dealing with Candish forces. What should we do with a spy? We've destroyed everything in Finabel already, so we've got as much money out of that as we're going to get. We make 3,000, that's not bad. I mean, Ithel really does not like us. Or did I just queue up? I don't want that. You really don't like me at all, do you? Because I've only got 19 people in there. And there aren't any of those available for retraining, so we can't retrain those. Vildan Kalime, what have you got? Gondor Cavalry Militia. You've got nothing going on either. Barad-Han, have you got a unit? You've got a unit. And a barracks being built. That's not bad. Baragund obviously has passed. No, I think let's...
My lord.
Protect the blood of Numenor.
Even if we cannot get ceasefire, I think we can at least pay them, get them to buy their capital back. What am I doing? I am giving a region. Let's actually think about what we're doing here. So I can give you Finabel back, and I will take at least 7,500 gold coins for it, surely. Very generous. Oh, no, 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 no. You might want to give me 10 grand for it then. Yes! Thank you, Harad. Shame you just got a load of free cell swords out of it, but I'll take it. I will take it. Alright, now we move on and do the same to Tal al-Jaf. I'm afraid I am going to have to resort to some, although in-game cheesy tactics, but in real life not all that cheesy. Selling a province back to a nation is not unheard of. And welcome to Khand, Captain Abadai. Right. Your charge, Adrahil, is to hold our eastern border for as long as humanly possible. Tirathoros is being built up, but remember, Tirathoros is only a keep. It's a practically useless settlement, as is Barad-Han, to be honest. They're all bloody useless. I'll take those 2 cav units. You might as well come and get into the fray. We're heading down to the bridge. We are going to push in and take Eastern Horondor, and that will hopefully bring Khandish attention to that specific location. All of your units are training. Oh, you could get mines with the 4,000. How much do you make? Not very much at all. Dol Amroth, what options have you got? Same problem. A governor's quarters isn't going to make us any money. We don't want that now. I'm thinking mines would be the best bet. Or you could build a port, actually. Let's have a look. If we were to build the port, trade at 456. We get a little bit extra trade, but the corruption goes up as well. It's a tiny boost. And to be honest, the mines are the best bet. Let's go with Dol Amroth for mines. Right, and then we need to do something about areas down here. You're relatively Dunedain, so you don't despise us. Barad-Han's going for a bit of military, but Barad-Han doesn't really matter too much. I think Vildan Kalame is probably the best bet for a military location. Although Tirathoros really is the best bet because it's already got a barracks. But it's a long ways off before anything can improve there. I think what might actually be worthwhile is some forced displacement. Which I know a lot of people dislike, but I make use of as often as I can. Dol Amroth, how many people have you got? 10,000 people. Right, yes, you're going to move. We're going to upgrade Tirathoros because I think that's going to be our best bet. So, add population. 1,500 to Tirathoros. Have I spelled that right? Tirathoros? No, I did not spell that right. Tirathoros. It's Tirith. Oh, hang on. Have I done it the wrong way around? I think I might have done it the wrong way around. Because I'm sure I did spell that right. Tirith Oros. 1,500. Yes, I did do it the wrong way around. And then we're going to take those people away from Dol Amroth. So we'll take a tax hit in Dol Amroth because there'll be 1,500 less people. But Tirathoros now can upgrade. So in the next turn we will lose a bit of money as our tax income's going to go down. But I think it's worthwhile to get that to upgrade. Which it should do. There's no point destroying the meeting hall now. That's a useful building. So we'll give it that turn. That, I think, is going to be our fallback location. A castle is the most important location. It's 5 turns to get that keep, though. Oh, God, we might have died by 5 turns. Right, Beragon, the gossip. Head over there, give me information. Let's send the spy out into Khandish lands. And Lord Imrahil. Oh, the faction leader is in Tal al-Jaf. Teach him a lesson, sir. Ah, the guild in Finabel. I really don't want you. I'm sorry. Oh, we don't even own Finabel anymore. Yes, so it doesn't... We don't get the guild detriment. Now, I'm afraid to report that somebody in our beta testing team has said that they are still getting a crash by hovering the mouse over and around the Barad-Han area. Many people have played the game to 100, 200 plus turns many times and never had that crash, whereas someone now has, which means I think the crash is relatively dependent on each person's system, or indeed just totally dependent on something that we don't know that's going on in the background. Do we want the Master Horse Breeders Guild? It speeds up cavalry replenishment, but in Dol Amroth itself, I think 3,000 would be better served elsewhere. But then that's such a rare building. But Dol Amroth is so far away, and it doesn't give any benefit other than speeding up the replenishment within that specific town. I'm gonna decline, I'm afraid. I want that 3 grand elsewhere. Absolutely noodly. Right, those in the forts, or those in these castles, sorry, let's get you into the fort. Is that general down there still alive, or did we kill him?
Hail, friend. Care to trade?
Oh, that's a voice line I've never heard. Oh, it's because it's a merchant.
Care to browse my wares, friend?
It's a merchant or a pervert. I mean, make your decision. Tirithor's built its meeting hall, and Ammonithel repaired its merchants guild. Ammonithel now outright loathes us. That's not unexpected. Do we just burn it and move on? Because we're going to lose it as soon as any one of these turns their attention to it, aren't we?
Assail the enemies of Gondor!
Oh, they trained another unit.
Let us claim this field.
Oh, we get cell swords. Yeah, go on. Oh, go on, yeah. Boost your little army there, Imrahil. Fantastic. Let's see if Imrahil can't go on an assassination mission and bring down the Ardenaim through regicide. I mean, if he did, that would be wonderful. I think what I will do... I was tempted to sell... I don't want Harad to get any stronger, but I'm not... Do we want Harad or the Ardenaim to take Ammonithel? Is the question. And to be honest, I think the Ardenaim is better because they can't make use of it in any way. They have no culture here at all. So if we destroy the buildings, and I'm sorry to say cheese it out again.
Yes.
You 19 of you just be disbanded.
Yes, my lord. We shall listen to your proposal.
Let's just give it to them outright and then make some money off of it. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Giving them a town, they might accept a ceasefire. But then they'd break it almost immediately. No, don't be silly, Galu. Give me money, Ardenaim. Give me money. How about 7,500? What are you saying about that? Very generous. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Are you rich? You're reasonable. All right, let's try 10 grand again then. Yes!
Such a generous offer. Well, that seems.
How could you refuse such a generous offer? It'd be foolish of you not to. Right, well, they were going to get it anyway. We had absolutely no use from it. Yes, it's Dunedain culture, but look, it's 68% men of the East as well. And that will fall by it rising in Ardenaim, by it gaining Ardenaim culture as well. I'd quite like another ship, actually. And now Gorondas, if I can take it. So that's good. The army will train. It might take us into bankruptcy. In fact, it almost certainly will send us into bankruptcy. I'm going to try and avoid training coastal wardens and Gondor militia because the time has definitely passed that they served any form of use. But now we can. Let's get our Masons Hall in early doors and Lynn here. Tirothoros is building. And... oh, hang on. We've got a nomadic gathering ground. That doesn't do anything. Let's just destroy that. I will train you, though, because that's just to make this place not hate me. Because at the minute it really does. Bizarrely. Right, elsewhere then. Let's send the spy first. Ah, there is Imdad Khanan. Holy moly's on a sword. Kemek comes and he brings the cavalry. Quite literally. And there's 2 crossings. That's so annoying. There are 3 crossings. If we go and stand on that bridge, he'll just move around. I'm wondering if perhaps...
Onward.
holding then on that bridge. Hold on, that's a general I've not... Did you just come of age? No, you're 41. He must have been leading that army the whole time. Oh, hang on, where's the... oh, I didn't send them both. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it?
By your command.
You will never be able to retrain there until we get a stables, which we won't get for some time, so that doesn't really serve a purpose. Let's just move you down there for now. Get Adrian into Mistman's army. Mistman's army is just not going to do anything, is it? It's just going to die if Khan cross the river. So we're not going to be able to take him to Khanan anytime soon. But our army trains... Adrahil at the head of that army. No, that army will be able to link up with Imrahil, won't it? Because Tal al-Jaf will fall. We don't really need those units, and they may actually have been detrimental to our plans, because now the enemy will think that our army's too strong for them to rise up. I could really do with them rising up. That would help us out no end. But for now, I think we can end the turn successfully. Oh, a little bit of intrigue. We've gained a lot of money from selling 2 regions, but I think that was the best way to go about it. We just don't want Harad. We crippled Harad on purpose. We don't want them to gain strength. Khand are already strong. They're a threat, but we can hopefully hold Khand. We are an inherently defensive nation. Khand are an inherently aggressive nation. And whilst those two, of course, are natural-born enemies, I feel like we have an edge. So if we can hold on bridge battles, will give us an advantage, or primarily, against Khand, cities. Oh yeah, I'll take that in Netherland. If we can hold in cities, like right now, for example, where Kemet comes. Unfortunately, we've lost the bridge because I moved our army. But that's a very cavalry-heavy army. And we've got a very good defensive force. Let's gamble. Cameron, can you just pop over there and build me... Oh, yes, we can get a unit. Let's just train that unit. Everybody pull back to Vildan Kalime. Here we make our stand. As many people have said and suggested, we absolutely should try and hold Khand in towns where their cavalry is then a disadvantage rather than a benefit. Why have you landed on our shores, you bizarre? That's a death wish if ever I saw one, surely. 3 units, I'm not sure. I don't really want to come out of the forts yet, though. I don't feel like the time is right. Let's send you into that one. If they ever siege us in a fort, we'll get an idea of what their army looks like. No, I don't want that, actually. Is anywhere not building that's worthwhile building? Oh, Barad Han's about to get its barracks up. And then after the barracks, we need a meeting hall, and then we get free upkeep. And... oh, interesting. Why did I build the barracks first? Is it cheaper? Possibly because it was cheaper. Right, Gobo Mirlond.
Yes, my lord. This
I wonder if...
to be worth our time.
Oh, no, they really don't want that. They really don't want that. So we've wasted our diplomat for today. Right, let's use you as a scout then. Head down and find out what's going on. Oh, it's right there. I didn't know that.
I shall...
Ready your weapons.
Yeah, look, Tal al-Jaf, they're going to sit it out. They're going to hope for reinforcements to come. I think we're going to need to try and lure them into battle, which we can do by pulling out our infantry, I think. And that should then make them think that they have an edge. Because right now we absolutely outnumber them. They'll never rise up against us. Their odds are just not in their favour.
Awaiting your command. Quell this evil.
Oh, he doesn't get a garrison. All we need to do is break down that gate, and then it's just a slog. But then no, we lose the advantage of our cavalry. Cavalry in the city will be there's a risk of losing too many. And I'd really like to keep those units alive.
Ready your
We
weapons.
can't move them now, though, so we've sealed our fate there. Or we've at least sealed ourselves in. Somewhere that we can spend our 3,000. We're shortly about to run out of money. The ship trained, that's good. The next set we probably could have done with the governor's quarters here, actually, because it gives you more recruitment slots. And we only have 3 at the moment. Oh no, we have 4 because of the Tirith IR, of course. Of course, there are the 4 on show in front of you all. I will take those pikes, and I will take more guardsmen. Not too concerned about archers against the Ardenaim, to be honest. Cavalry is the key. We've got rubbish cavalry options. And then we've got this fool, Avolazir. But the army... oh, you're the factionaire. Oh, that's interesting. The army will stop off and take back Imrahil's Point. And then we probably will try and sail as far as we can. I'm not bothered about Gobo Mirlon.
My lord.
We won't try and take that back. To be honest, I think it's a case of trying to get as close to Umbar as possible and taking that and moving over and taking the one there. And that will see them go down. We'll have to wait and see. But we've pulled back to Vildan Kalime. We're set up and ready. But for now, that is going to be where today's episode ends. There will be we'll be back to normal now. So there'll be 3 Dol Amroth episodes coming. 1 tomorrow. The next one hopefully on Friday. The one after that will be on Monday. And then, as I say, the first of these sort of lore meets DaC universe videos will come at the weekend. I hope to rejig them from the way that I did them before, try and make them a touch more polished, but find a nice balance between spending way too long on them and still enjoying doing them, basically. But that's the plan. But for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, I do hope you've enjoyed watching. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this. It's always nice to come back when you've taken a bit of a break. If you are about this weekend, there will be plenty of Age of Empires being played, and then so if you want to play, do come along. Newcomers are always welcome, and in fact newcomers are actively encouraged, so that we can build up a nice base. But for now, that is all. So thank you, enjoy your day, and until we speak again, Nevair Neden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.